bet almost none of you could tell me what this tool is before watching this video. I know that I had never seen it. We saw this on the Tools Today Instagram page, and I reached out to them and said, hey, would you send us that tool? We'll make a video about it. So this is the Amana tool, PLP 100. We'll have a link to it in the description. You can find it at Tools Today. This is a plug planer, they call it. So this is for when you put a plug in your wood. You can actually use a drill, and you can trim it flush, close to flush. It's adjustable, so you can get it down near the surface. That way you just clean it up with a little sandpaper versus using a flush cut saw, or John has a hack with a router. This is a little bit easier. It's a nice tool. Love all of Amana's stuff. We use a lot of their cutters in the shaper and their router bits in our routers. So we're going to show you how to do a technique with a square plug today, and we'll trim it with this new tool. Have a nice piece of walnut here. And a good technique in woodworking, something that's really good for beginners, is to just screw your pieces together, and then you can fill your holes with plugs. So I know John showed this technique on his channel, and we built a bench that's based on the movie One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. It's actually, this is the little scale model that John made, and John used this technique on the bench. So if you want to check that out, we'll link that video. It's from, I don't even know, a year and a half ago or something like that. So we have 3/8 by 3/8 white oak. You wouldn't call this a dowel. Little sticks, little stickers. And what we're going to do is we're going to drill a 3/8 hole in this walnut. The walnut's softer than the oak, and we're going to actually pound a square peg into a round hole. So we're going to cheat physics today. And then we'll use this plug cutter to trim it, or the plug planer, I should say. So we have just a standard 3/8 inch countersink. We can drill a hole. So imagine, this is like a leg or something, and it's screwed into an apron, and we want to dress that up. We don't want to show that we're using screws to make it look like a plugged mortise and tenon, all these different things. There's all these different ways to do it. So this, it's not going to go in there because it's flat. So we need to make a little lead in. So John does this on his sander, but you could just take your knife, pretend you're sitting on the porch doing some whittling. And now we have more of a lead in. And we're going to rely on this hard oak to press this into a square hole. So we get some glue and put it in there. This will help to sort of fill any small gaps. So you want to make sure you get it all around the entire inside. We want to make sure that we're lining this up so we're parallel to an edge, so it's not cockeyed. You could go like a diamond as a bit of a design. So we'll hold that, take our mallet, and we'll really get it in there. So if you're using round plugs, you'll be using a plug cutter, and they'll be short, so you won't have to do this step, but with this, you can make long sticks and use them in multiple holes. You just cut it off, move to the next hole. So we'll trim this off, say, 1/8 of an inch above the surface, something like that. So you see we have a square peg and a round hole. Now we need to get this set up. So it's on a spring action, and you need to set the height of the cutter in relation to this, this piece of plastic here. So there's a set screw on the side. I was under the impression that this Allen key here was our depth adjustment, but it's actually these nuts here. This is your depth stop, and this is a nut. Uses your standard 17 millimeter wrenches that you probably have laying around from your routers. Or you can use, an adjustable here and a 17 millimeter there, but we need to loosen these. Not knock over the drill, so you see we loosen that. we need to touch the bit down to the surface and then adjust this depth stop so that it'll stop at the right point. Then we can tighten these back down and trim that plug. So nice and flush. We want to be just a hair above the surface, ideally. All right. The maiden voyage, if you guys are ready, I am. So we have our plug here, we have our opening. We're gonna center it over top. You wanna hold on to this plastic collar here. And let me see, you have a good view through that little window, John?
Yeah.
Look at that. So I'd say we have that depth set perfect. You can still see that little bit of glue. Let me grab a little bit of sandpaper. We'll sand that up. So it doesn't need a lot of sanding. It's almost flush. This is actually 400 grit. So with the orbital, you know, we clean up a little bit more of the haze from that glue there, but you see, we've got a square peg and a round hole. These little ray flecks from the white oak look really nice in the walnut there. One thing I noticed, you know, running this for the first time, you definitely want to get this up to full speed and then plunge it down. You don't want it touching the plug when you start because it'll sort of want to walk around. But you know, basically, you can think of this as, and that's really what it looks like. It's just a router bit. Basically, it's a straight router bit that's able to be plunged, and it's trimming this flush. So, really cool tool. Small, much smaller than a router. You already have a drill, I'm sure, so it doesn't take up much space. You can just keep this in the drawer. When you need to trim your plugs, you can bust out the drill or even a drill press and trim your plugs. So it works great. The Amana tool PLP 100. Thanks again to Tools Today for sending it over. And if you try this technique, the square peg in a round hole, let us know. We'd love to see some pictures. You can shoot them to us on Instagram at Today's Craftsman. But if you have any questions about what we shot today or there's any videos you'd like to see, let us know, and we'll talk to you next week.